Alright, hello and welcome back to Ashgabat Cats. Let's play that. Today we're taking a look at Quiz and Ghosts, a quiz game by Sega. This is an awfully long time to stay on that screen. Oh yeah, I knew we could count on it. So you've probably seen a bunch of Mahjong games, which sort of live and die based on their visual appeal. Now we're getting to quiz games, which not only do they have visual appeal, and they sort of live or die based on their visual appeal, but the gameplay is answering a quiz. And I mean, answering a quiz, a monkey could do that. You give a monkey an SAT, they can at least fill it out. Well, I'm actually kind of curious if you could actually teach a monkey how to do a multiple choice test. Like, I mean, yes, monkey is capable of guessing A, B, C, D, but is the monkey necessarily capable of filling in those holes on the Scantron? That's a good question. I wish I had a monkey researcher friend that I could ask him. But today, we're taking a look at Quiz and Ghosts. Oh, now, there's the white ghost logo. Now, doesn't that ghost logo look a little bit, just a teensy bit, like a bullet bill? That's sort of ominous. Alright, so it looks like that's all for... Ooh, sweet gong. Alright, we can even choose our character. Now, back in the old days, before random chance was invented, there was no real random feature and there's no way to randomize it, so we'll randomize it the old-fashioned way. Who do we end up with? Well, some story cutscenes. First off, so there were two gentlemen here in the center, and frankly I'm not sure which one is dressed more elaborately. I wonder if this guy's the leader because he's talking more, but maybe the other guy is like some sort of big financier in the shadows kind of leader guy. Oh, and we get to choose our subject. Wait, green guy, green guy, green guy, green guy. What the heck? It's like two of them are presented as like a duo, like they're supposed to be like equal, right? But this green guy takes 4 out of the 6 topics? What is this guy trying to pull? Is this a mutiny? Yellow guy, you must stand up to this green guy. Well, no need for yellow guy to do it, that's why we're here. Also, coming in 5 seconds, let's see what character we chose. And also, let's see if it mattered. Oh, we chose the main boring guy. Well, I think technically he's the second. Oh, that's... what is this nonsense? Okay, so the arcade stick moves up and down, left and right, and then you select with the first button. No other button select, none of the start stuff. Although entering a credit does make, like, a nice pleasing gong sound. No. Oh, okay. So I was watching one of my old quiz videos the other day, and I had the idea of putting, well, okay, first up, let's talk about why these controls are a little, okay. Alright. So first up, let's talk about why these controls are weird. Now, usually when you play a quiz game, A is the first button, B is the second button, C is the third button, and D is the last button. Oh. Well, we could just keep pressing start. And so that way, you can just press down all 5 buttons all at the same time, and then you just like head on in there and you don't even have to think. But unfortunately, this one, it wasn't a select. And so this really cuts down on our options. Basically, we can only just rapid fire on that first option. And is it me or did she not get a chance to shine? Okay. Oh, okay, so back to what I'm doing now. So the other day I was watching one of my old videos and I realized a neat little trick for playing quiz games. What you do is you put like A, B, C, D on auto fire and you just sit and enjoy the ride. Except that's not what I said in the video. What I came up with was the even crazier idea of mapping all of the inputs to one single button. Why do I say all the inputs? Because what I also did was I also mapped start to all of the buttons. So not only, well, okay, why map start to something? Well, there's one flaw with my glorious plan of mapping A, B, C, D to all the rapid fire buttons. If your character runs out of life and then they kind of die, pressing A, B, C, D, they advance the timer. And so if you've got your buttons on auto fire, that timer's gonna go down real fast. You're gonna lose all your progress. It's gonna be sad, tragic. Nobody wants to see that. Oh, yikes. Speaking of things nobody wants to see. And so what I did was I mapped all the buttons to one button. Now, that's a little too crazy for me. I can't quite go that far again, because what if I mess up all the controls for all the games? You can't play Dig Dug with just one button. That's absurd. Wow, this quiz game is really having it out for us. So usually quiz games, well, okay. The conceit where you're like some character going through on some sort of long quest to take down people one by one, that's by no means new. I mean, a lot of quiz games are kind of structured like that. But what's new here is that you're faced with like multiple enemies. Now usually quiz games, like, they're not gonna just let you do one hit one kill on every enemy you come across anyhow. So what they'll usually do is have like one enemy with multiple hits, but this quiz game is playing it a little bit differently. You've got like a whole row of enemies, and so we've just got to take them down one by one, which is kind of interesting. Like, I don't think it really necessarily changes things up. I guess it does have advantages over the one big enemy thing, because then it's kind of easier to see at a glance like how much more progress you have to do. Because like a lot of enemies, like, I mean, they're not evil. They're gonna let you have some degree of progress, but what they're gonna do is they're gonna put like a little bar in the center, and so you can like look at your progress and watch it tick down on a bar. But I mean, we're playing a quiz game. We're not playing Progress Quest here. We want to actually kind of feel our progress, and so that way when you've got like 5 enemies on screen, I mean, yes, in an abstract sense, it's just a different way of representing a progress bar, but it feels different, because like you can see the guys coming down one by one. Oh, well, let's switch to the next one. And you can just... Okay, that's pretty funny. So the last trick was using a fan to kind of ward away the spirits, maybe blow them away. And I mean, that... I feel like there's sort of a precedent for that in mythology. Oh. So, those other 4 guys are here with me. It's just, they don't bother to help. They're like, hey, go get her, Pan Girl. It's like, great, thanks. You guys want to chip in? No, one at a time. That's what the spirit rules say. Jerks. But, so anyway, the last chick had like a fan, which I feel like is vaguely precedented. But this chick just straight up has like a frying pan. And it's like, that's ridiculous. Especially too, because if we look a little further, she's dressed like some sort of shrine maiden. So like, why does she have a frying pan? What's she doing? She should at least have like the little lightning stick, and then she kind of whoosh, whoosh, whoosh it around. You know, the paper stick, the paper on a stick. If you know what I'm talking about, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, you might think I've finally gone crazy. So, well, nothing to say except that is one weird fan art of Electabuzz I've ever seen. But, well, I mean, nobody said quiz games were the most interesting of games. Although, I like to say, I'm kind of glad that, this game is not, like, terribly difficult. And by that I mean, I feel like some quiz games... Oh. Any bonuses? Any shinies? Anythings? Not really, no. Huh. Almost makes me wonder why I bothered. Grah. Oh, is this... So this is a button mashing game, so you gotta mash the button as fast as you can. But I have turbo enabled on my controller, so I am just cheating so hard. Oh, I thought it would have been as go as far as you can. Ooh, do I get to choose a different character? Or no, this is just choose a luck tarot card. Okay. So, oh, cool. So you get like bonuses for like clearing stuff. Oh, what the crap? So I tried choosing this one because it had like the yellow guy in the front. But then the green guy just pops up. He's like, actually, it's my game. I'm the bad guy. Enjoy. And it's like, what are you doing, green guy? I didn't come here for you, jerk. But, oh yeah, like I was saying, like I don't feel like it's cheating at all based on like the ratios of how often various answers are chosen. Like I kind of get the sense with some quiz games that like if you keep answering A, after a while they're just gonna be like, well, none of them are gonna be A because we can tell you're an ignoramus. Now, I'm fully aware that it's probably just superstition and probably just because humans are notoriously bad at like judging probability. Oh. Keep that trench coat on, mister. But humans are notoriously bad at judging probabilities. But I mean, well, but it feels real to me. Let's see how many credits this thing can go. Oh, only up to 9. I don't know if you've noticed this, but, well, okay, this is something where if you lived in arcades, in real-life arcades, you would never ever notice. But if you lived in the age of MAME, then you would you would know this right away. But, arcade machines have credit limits. Like, you can't just pump in infinite credits. Well, you can, but it won't always necessarily display on the screen. Oh, no! Oh, okay, so the gong isn't going more. But that's really weird. So I put in a few more credits after that 9, but it started up and it just didn't give me any credit for them. Now, I think what would happen is you've got like the coin return slot, and then if you added too many more, then it would probably just go straight to the coin return slot. And so ideally you would get your cash back, but I don't know. I don't know that it would work like that. That would be like really sad though. You start putting in like 15 credits. Oh, combo. That's right, all skill. But you put in like 15 credits and it's like, and then they're all gone. And you're like, what the heck? I really wanted to see the end of this quiz game, but you're not letting me. Oh, combo breaker. It's kind of funny though. It's like you're just punching these ghosts. Alright, let's switch to the next guy again, even though it's this guy again. It's kind of funny, just like this setup. I don't know, it's very satisfying. I mean, I guess that's a weird thing to say with a quiz game, but like, you press the button, you get it right, and your character does like a little animation. It plays like an enemy being hit thing, and you see an enemy like dying. They've got like a death animation. Like, it all comes together fairly well, I'd say. Well, I don't know. I mean, it kind of gets into like, what does it take for a game to be satisfying? And so, maybe as an example of like a very, very satisfying game to play, Monster Hunter. And so what is the most satisfying way to play Monster Hunter, I'd say? I'd say it's probably Greatsword. But again, more generally, why is Monster Hunter satisfying to play? Because when you hit one of those giant monsters with one of your giant weapons, like, it really feels like something. It really feels like your actions have an impact. Well, literally and figuratively. And again, why is the Greatsword so good a weapon? Because it's so big and it attacks so slow, but like when you hit, like your impacts kind of hit more. And in fact, the Greatsword's central conceit is not solely that it's like such a huge weapon, but it's also that you can charge it up. And so you can charge up your Greatsword and then slam. Oh, are there different endings based on what character you chose? My gosh, this game has replayability. I guess that's kind of... I guess in all a vague sense, all quiz games have replayability because... Oh, was that guy just a sub-boss? What is up with this game? There's just so much game to this game. But anyway, like I was saying, so let's see, Greatsword, charge up, slam. Yeah, but it, like, your actions really feel like you matter. And maybe that's another thing with, like, a Mario game, because, like, you press the jump button, and, like, you immediately feel, like, Mario jumps, but, like, you feel his jump somehow. Like, his jump almost becomes a part of you, and, like, it feels like you have just so much control over Mario that, like, Mario is not so much an abstract representation sitting there on a screen, but Mario is in fact almost a part of you, like a sort of metaphorical third arm that you can control. And so I think, yeah, this kind of control, this kind of satisfaction to gameplay, that is kind of the core of what makes a good video game. And so that's why I really kind of like this quiz game the way it's set up, because you saw, like, she just got a thwack. Like, you get it right, you see the circle, she makes the noise, like, or no, she does her animation, you hear, like, a solid sound of a frying pan hit something. Like, it's everything you want. It's everything you need. Ooh, the cats again. Now, normally I'd be a little bit mad that they reused enemies, but these little balloon paper cats are so delightful that, frankly... Is it me, or does this frying pan make different pitches based on what she hits? It's probably just me, but I'd like to imagine that the developers were like, well, we got our quiz game, we stole our quiz questions from, like, a quiz booklet. Let's at least make this sounds a little bit neat. And so they did. In my imagination, at least. But I love these little balloon cats. Wow, 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 pop. Oh, so is this the boss, or is this another sub-boss, or... I don't know, because the last guy was a little bit disappointing, and on the path there was no sub-boss. Although I kind of wonder if it's one of those things where, like, as you go further along in these subjects, then, like, things get harder. But that also makes me more curious, like, how could you arrange the subjects like that? Or maybe they're making, like, weird cultural judgments where it's like, okay, literature and stuff is like your beginning thing, but once you get to science and technology, oh man, all bets are off, you've got sub-bosses left and right. It's a gauntlet of some sorts. Oh, okay. I don't know, it's... It's just kind of a nice, relaxing experience, a quiz game. Well, I guess... Maybe in arcades it would be a bit more stressful, because it's like, oh man, I gotta get the questions right, gotta prove my knowledge. But it's like a layman who really knows nothing, and is just kind of here, just along for the ride. Then quiz games are kind of a nice, interesting experience. And it's always kind of interesting, like, how much new stuff will an arcade game show you? Because, I mean, if you think about it, most arcade games, you really only get to see something new if you clear the level. But the thing is, like, some of these arcade games, they've got, like, checkpoints set up. So, like if you die, then you go back to the checkpoint, you don't just stay where you are. So you can't just, like, credit spam your way to the end. Heck, some games don't even have a continue function in the first place. So you're never gonna see the end. Well, okay, maybe if you train hard every day, then you too can beat to see the end screen of Galaga. Actually, honestly, I've played Galaga a lot, and I don't even know if Galaga has an end screen. But, yeah, so I mean, like, you can play these games over and over, and you may never, in fact, see the end. Push. Okay. I can do that. I can't do many things, but I can push a button real fast on a controller with autofire. Yeah, I could choose something else, but frankly it doesn't matter. Oh, well, alright, so we're already half of the way through the game, and for a brief second there I thought to myself, why don't we play through all of the game? Oh my gosh. There's just so many enemies, and the odds are so against you. But, well, I'll keep talking, and if I can keep talking till the end of the game, then, well, I guess I'll play to the end of the game. Oh, but again, why are quiz games cool? So again, like normal arcade games, it's not going to show you new stuff all the time. Like, sometimes it requires actual legitimate skill to see the next thing. But a quiz game, like, a quiz game is weird in that you basically play it almost solely for your own pride. Like, you can keep on pressing buttons and, like, you're gonna keep on advancing, and, like, it doesn't matter how you do necessarily. You can almost always make it to the next level with enough patience and perseverance. And then what you get to see is, like, something new. Well, okay, we're seeing these paper cats again, but I'm never gonna complain about seeing too many paper cats. Paper cat ghosts. Sorry, got that wrong. But then Well, but again, like, what's new here? I mean, the background's new, I guess. The enemies, well, you'd think the enemies are new, but they're not. Yet. They're not yet new. Well, it's kind of interesting. This one actually has, like, a map and showing a progress. Ooh, I wonder what actions these guys take. Well, I wish I could say I was surprised, but I'm honestly not. Well, oh, that's interesting. Wait, so it seemed like there were 2 buttons. Huh. Well, the other button does that. But, oh geez, so this guy like hulks out and then... Huh. Oh my gosh. This changes everything. Okay, can she Hulk out? So there are 2 buttons. I was almost expecting her to turn into a bird for a second there, but no. She just turns kind of into a bird. Come on, lady, don't waste my quarters. Except it doesn't matter. If the bar keeps coming back, then okay, fine. I can see myself going through this game. It looks like, yeah, the bar kind of refills as you kill people, so okay. You know, maybe there's hope for this game just yet. And I mean, it looks like there's only 4 spots to go on the boss. Alright, time to roid out. And, well, now we're just gonna waste this. But, well, let's see how far this power goes. I kind of want to at least see her do her attack, at least once. Of course, now I'm more like intimately acquainted with her like percentage of winning, because like I gotta manage my special after all, and it looks like it refills the bar somewhat every time you put in quarters, but it doesn't refill it nearly as much as I'd like. Also, does it? Well, she took out 3 of them. That's not 0. That's also not 6. Oh. Okay. Yeah, sure. So now I only have to wait till they get 1 right, which can still be a long time, mind, but at least it's not everything. Okay, so now we got 2-button auto-fire turbo going. That was not the correct choice. Okay, now we've got this working. Alright, so we saw what her special was. Now what can she do? Oh, you know, I'm pressing the button. It's not letting me do it. That's kind of sad. I thought I could cheese through the entire game, but you can only cheese through parts of the entire game. That's especially sad because she... Oh, okay. Maybe she'll kill it in 1 hit. That's kind of funny. Like, all the rest of them look like completely different, but it was cats. It was cats the whole time. Paper balloon cats are causing all of the game's problems. Now, was that a sub-boss, or was that a boss? I guess that was a boss. Okay, so it looks like all the left 3 topics, the beginner topic, it's just 3 sets of enemies and then a boss. Oh yeah, look at her build up charge. Well, actually not. I think it's penalizing me for having auto fire on. She's going too fast. She's like hitting herself in the face or something. So it knows. It's like, hey, you're actually a robot. Stop doing that. Oh, well, my auto fire waves have already selected the next thing. Well, I was gonna say let's see the transformation sequence, but no, not yet. Oh my gosh, this is really testing me. Oh, what? Do you see it? Do you see the questions? There are only 3 of them now. It's like, well, you're clearly an idiot, but you're clearly a whale. Like, you got stacks of cash. I guess we'll let you keep doing this. Alright, superpower activate. It's funny because there's essentially no congruity between her original design and her new design. Oh, okay, she only kills 3. I mean, well, I guess that kind of makes sense. But man, in like real arcades though, this would be like really cool, like the transformation power-up, especially if you're like smart and stuff. Then you could like actually get these quiz things right and like actually be blazing through the enemies even faster. For me though, I just have to rely on dumb luck. But I do kind of like the extra aspect that the transformation gives you. It kind of makes everything feel a little bit more real. And it's especially too, like, it makes it feel like gambling. It's like, oh my gosh, will I get my money's worth? Let's find out. Oh, this is kind of weird. Like, the other ones, yeah, their hair color changed. But usually their body also changed. But this kid, it's like, no, it was just his hair color. And he's still the same. Alright, this game, it goes slower than molasses, and I can't— oh, dude. The dangers of auto fire. And I can't even cheat it the way I'd like. So, yeah. Man, that AAA guy. Victory percentage, 25% exactly. Well, it was quiz and ghosts and adventures and whatever else you could ever want in a quiz game. It was a nice, happy quiz game. It had like a very concrete theme. It did what it could with the game, with the theme. The questions were, I don't know, they were a little bit trickily worded, but I feel like we could make them throw all the same. And that's to throw people who just skip to the ending off the scent. Now they'll have to watch the whole video to see what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anything. But, huh. There's no intro? Well, I mean, there probably is an intro, it's just, it knows I put credits in, it knows I'm interested, it's just patiently waiting. Well, I feel like we've extracted all the fun out of this game, like we're just some sort of orange grater or something, but like, now the orange is just a squeezed out dry husk, so on that note, this cat's got a scat.